morning and welcome back on the Sunrise News feed this morning. Well, the world has been watching the Louse Cave rescue mission with bated breath after one of the 5 known survivors re-emerged to safety, with the others still to be saved.
Isn't it just the best news to wake up to? The other great thing to wake up to, broadcaster Justin Smith and journalist Suzanne Mostyn. Great to see you both. When we see these kind of things, I just think how wonderful it is how the public will just get behind these kind of stories and everybody hoping for good news. I'm thinking of the Beaconsfield mine disaster, the Thai football team that were also stuck in a cave, and how we just are willing the rescue teams on, Justin.
Oh, absolutely. And look, I mean, and good morning to all of you. The world has just become a bit of a divided and cold place where selfishness can be seen as a virtue in today's world. But then when you see people that are desperate for each other and desperate to save each other, I think that's what really, brings it home. You can think of all the work that was put into that to get them back, and the fact that we're not forgetting people now, and that we want to see them live, and we want to see them come out and have the rest of their lives. It's beautiful. It is really beautiful.
Suze, in such a divided world, we see these moments, and they're real moments of unity, aren't they?
They are, Roy. I mean, I think for all that Justin just illuminated, and we are such a distracted, divided world at the moment, but we, in this instance, we are all in this together. And it's such an intimate thing, an intimate space where we're watching it in real time. And I think it hits us in the heart, our humanity, the efforts of the rescuers, how they go down, they put their own lives at risk to save those villages. And they're doing everything they can, the intensity of challenge, of effort, of care. The villagers' wives are apparently bringing food to the rescuers and praying and hoping for a good result. We're seeing the benefit of that. But also, I think it strikes very deeply into our own fears of being trapped in complete darkness. What would I do in that circumstance? In Beaconsfield, in the students who were caught, the soccer ones in Thailand. And it's all very personal on this spinning blue marble that we all occupy. We have to care for one another, and we just hope that more of them can get out safely.
Oh, that is so true, isn't it? That we want to think that someone's going to come after us.
Exactly.
Look, moving on now, and this is another life-affirming story. Iconic broadcaster James Valentine was farewelled at a huge public memorial in Sydney yesterday. It was truly remarkable. His son, Roy, saying that his dad lived exactly how he wanted to live, and asked all of us, how do you want to live? He started his speech with that question and ended it. And it made us think of just broadcasting in general, and also what contribution we all make in us just living our lives. Justin, he was remembered for starting conversations rather than confrontation.
Yeah, absolutely. He was. I didn't know James personally, and I wish I had have done. But like everybody else, I was a fan, and he was such a beautiful guy. And being a big radio fan myself, and a big fan of talkback radio, the way he was able to connect with people, because that's what he did for hours every day, was just connect in with people, and not only gabbing at them and thumping his fist on the desk, but listening to what they had to say. And I think what is so beautiful about that, about the service yesterday, tragic obviously, but what was so beautiful is that a talkback listener that had never even met him, gave a speech yesterday and gave one of the eulogies. So I think that says so much about James Valentine, and bless his memory.
That really was one of the more beautiful moments of that service, and I think you nailed it there, Mon. It was a life-affirming service too. Suze, James, he really reminded us of the importance of decency and fun as we go about our days.
Yeah, and also, Roy, finding community in the everyday, finding joy in the quirkiness of life, the things we all go through, how many pillows people put, their partners put on the couch, and particularly on a bed. One guy I think rang up and said, oh my God, it's now 20 and I have to arrange them in a certain way. It's driving me nuts. And it went off like a frog in a sock on ABC radio. I mean, I think it is, once again, a bit like the cave rescue. It's finding our humanity. It's saying, I care about another person. And even though many many listeners had never met him, they felt they knew him well. And he embraced everybody. I had the pleasure of working with him on Sunrise back in the early 2000s, and always very quirky, always very quick-witted. But I was a fan, so when I first saw him in the green room, I was a bit intimidated because I was in the 80s in high school when he was in the Models, and they were huge. And it was and you know, his signature saxophone riff in Barbados, you know, the 80s shoulder pads, and everybody down there at Bruce Stadium just swaying to the Models and In Excess and all of the great bands like Divinal. So an amazing man, a terrific career, all about other people and lifting up those who maybe need company at home. Very intimate thing, radio in our homes, in our ears. Beautiful man.
He was a regular on this program, and we absolutely adored that. All right, now, the guilty pleasure of gossiping. And look, James Valentine would love this because he had segments called Rant and Nothing, an actual segment called Nothing, just chatting about nothing. Now, apparently, there's a study that says that gossiping is actually really good for your health. It shows it can it can lower cortisol for frequent gossipers or increase feelings of closeness. Now, that's according to another, it's a small study, but who cares? Better well-being, social bonding and feelings of inclusion are also all benefits of gossiping. Justin.
Lovely. Mon, I feel that this might be a slightly biased conversation between four journalists, which are, you know, professional gossip. I can't believe that the four of us have been able to make a career out of the very thing, out of lowering our cortisol, you know, regularly. By gossiping. I mean, come on, let's be frank. The four of us here, the reason we got into this game is so we can get a story and we can tell it to other people.
Absolutely.
So we can gossip every day.
And for all of us to be in on it together, everybody that's out there watching.
Well, to that point, Suze, we actually saw this post and immediately thought that it applied here. So the rush of dopamine that I get when someone says, take me off speaker, or anyone with you would woke me from a coma. Suze, do you actually enjoy a good gossip sesh yourself?
Oh, boy, of course. The four of us, it's intelligence gathering, to Justin's point, isn't it? We're fact-finding. And, I mean, I love it when you say, sotto voce, listen, you can't tell anyone this. And you know, and you hear something and you get that frisson and you get that real energised feeling of, oh, my God, who can I tell? I'm not supposed to tell. And that old Maxwell Smart thing, which I always tell my friends, cone of silence, my darling, cone of silence. Chief, I'm Maxwell Smart. This goes no further than that big plastic bubble. Cone. And isn't it wonderful? It's so uplifting.
It doesn't have to be unkind. It's just, you know, we're just sharing. Do you
But it's better if it is, Mon.
Can you believe?
It's better if it is unkind. You know,
if you've got nothing nice to say, come and sit next to me. Maybe that's more interesting.
That's our credo.
We always have nice things to say about you guys. Great to see you. We'll talk next week.
Actually.
Lovely to see you guys.
Thank you.